So today, we're taking this. This is a 12.4-inch rear entertainment display. We're going to mount this in my 2022 Tesla Model 3. Now this is actually designed for headrest rails, which the Tesla really doesn't have. It does, and I can do it, but doing it actually causes the rear casing for the seat to come apart. That's how you actually remove the seat and actually get to the parts of the seat itself. So I don't want to use this. I came up with another solution, and that's what today's video is about. Now, if you want to actually see how this actually mounts in other vehicles, I do have a video that I'm posting at the same time as this one with kind of the unboxing of this a little bit, showing everything that comes with it, and then also how to actually mount it with the standard headrest rails, which most vehicles are going to have. This video is all about the Tesla, baby. Let's get this thing in there. So this is what the back of the unit looks like. What we're going to do is we're actually going to remove, and I'm going to actually take this off. There's a unlock button here. We slide that off. We're actually looking at removing this piece here because I can't use that piece anyway. Not how I want to mount it. And I'm actually mounting this in the center of my vehicle rather than on a headrest. So I'm getting by with using one of these rather than two of these. Now another option would be, the nice thing about this display is it has an HDMI in and an HDMI out, so you can actually use more than one display. And if you did that, you could use kind of a different way of mounting it on the headrest that I'm sure you could probably purchase. In this case, I had other ideas because I wanted one in the center for my kids to share when they're using it. And there we go. Now this comes off in two pieces. Comes off in this piece here that I can't utilize, and this thing, which actually is the exact size of this this piece here with the holes. This is what I use to create my piece. So I'm going to set this off to the side a little bit. That is what I did, and I'm going to show you what I created. That guy. Now all this is a Ram adhesive mount, which I actually had sitting in my motorcycle because I was going to use it on my motorcycle, never did. And then I took an electrical box and I basically used this as a trace, and I traced it on the electrical box, and then I marked the holes, so the holes lined up, and I'm fairly accurate with it. I just did basically a square with a hacksaw, literally a standard hacksaw, all four corners, and then I took it to a grinder and just rounded off the corners and then de-sharpened the edges and just made it a little bit better, right? And so the nice thing about this is I get a nice solid plate that I could stick this ball mount to that fits pretty much almost perfectly. Two of these holes were actually factory holes, if I'm honest about it. They came from the factory like that, and I was all about doing as little work as possible. So the only holes I actually made I made two of the holes, and the other two were from the factory for this this plate. So it just worked out perfect for me. And now I have a plate that is solidly mounted to the display, exactly where it's supposed to be mounted to the display. And then I have my adhesive, and this is just a plastic adhesive one. It's not the aluminum one with the metal backing or anything like that. And now I have a nice way to mount my display with a Ram mount, which this is what we're using. So I have just a standard 6-inch extension. It's like 6 point some inches, I think, but it's the large extension. And then I have a suction cup mount with a Ram ball on top of it. So this suction cup mount just has a 1/4 ball, and then this mounts on it. I'm going to put all the pieces down below if you're interested. And then in this case, we just use the extension onto here like this, and we can do something horizontal or vertical. What we're going to do is we're actually going to mount it from above like this, and we're going to hang the TV in the center section from the top glass, the roof glass, and it's surprising how well it works. Now I'm going to make this a little harder on myself because I'm not going to actually remove this. This is my my top shade for the summertime, block out a little more of the sun. I do have the blackout shade in there as well. I apologize, it was loud, but the air conditioner is running. I'm going to leave it run because I am hot from my last install in the other vehicle. So these clips, I'm just going to remove these 2 clips that I have because they're going to fall out anyway. And what we're going to do is we're literally going to take this and we're going to stick it on the windshield. Now, the reason I went with this suction cup is that it has a pump and it sucks it up onto the glass really, really good, and it holds really, really well. I actually use this when I do my vehicle reviews to suction cup my GoPro onto the front windshield, the side windows, whatever have you. In this case, if you didn't have this, obviously you just stick it to the glass. But in this, I'm going to have to pull this back a little bit to get to the glass, center it as best I can, and then just push up and suction cup. It's getting in my way. And then I just suction cup. There's a red line on that pump that disappears when you get there, but you just suction cup till you can't really do it anymore. And now you know you're good. And I'm just going to leave that like that. And then I can take this and move the display where I want it. Tighten it down. And now I have a centrally mounted display. Now, I just plugged it into the 12-volt power cord. I'm not going to run it the cable. I could route this better, though, and really kind of hide it. And the power plug of this guy's on the bottom. As soon as I plug it in, she should turn on. There's the red light on the bottom. And if you watch my other video, I did kind of run through the whole setup on this. In this case, I'm just showing the proof of concept for a Tesla. It tells you to, and I'll do this. I'll loosen this and bring it towards you so you can watch with me. But the nice thing about this is that this is a standalone device, so if you're in anywhere where there is Wi-Fi and you have a Wi-Fi hotspot, what have you, you can play from Netflix and stuff like that. It has Android built into it. You can wirelessly share from your phone, whether it's iOS or Android. Although I will say that if you can't wirelessly share protected videos, it's going to be non-protected things. HDMI, I can actually plug things into it. In this case, for protected videos, for my iPhone, all I need is that digital AV adapter and then an HDMI cable from there plugging into here. Nice thing about that is, essentially, I could actually route that HDMI cord up to the front, keep my phone charging on the front wireless chargers, and play video from this at the same time, and have complete control of what content is playing into the back seat by using that HDMI button. Has speakers built into it, has a headphone jack built into it, and it has Bluetooth. I will say that as well. I don't know if I mentioned that in the other video, but it does have Bluetooth capability as well. And if we actually go into the settings app right here, we can actually see a lot of the system information here, from Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, things like that. So that is the setup, or at least install, of this 12.4-inch display in my Tesla Model 3. That suction cup is fantastic, and it holds so well, so long. But the nice thing is, even if I'm driving, all I have to do is reach up and just pump it to make sure that it actually does have a good suction cup. I just have to reach up and I can tell by just feeling it real quick how well it's actually still suction cupped. You can't do that in a standard one, right? And it's not adhesive, so it's easy. When I go to pull it down, all I do is pinch it, and I can pull it down. And by pinching it, what I mean is there's these little flanges here and here. You just kind of pinch like this, and it allows air through and allows you to take it down real quick. Now I can hit the power button here and we'll go into that mode, which is not correct for the time because I don't think it's connected currently. But either way, that's my install. So thanks for watching to the end, guys. If you have any questions or comment, post those below. Subscribe to the channel, share the video if you can. If you have time, go over to my other video that I did when I set this up in my 2022 Chevrolet Spark on the headrest rails. We went through more of the aesthetics and things like that through it as well. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Catch you back here on another future video install right here on GeekSmart.